Morning, Pithers. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Train Sim World 2 video. Today we are going to be on the Oakville Subdivision. We're going to do this 1212 service from Oakville to Aldershot, and then we're going to do the 1235 service. We're going to put together a cut of cars and take them over to a maintenance facility in the Hamilton Industrial Zone. So let's get in here and get set up. Shouldn't take very long to get the GP38-2 set up, and then we'll be on our way to Aldershot. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Wednesday morning. Get everything on here. Gauge lights on. Let's get dusk in. Let's see here. Am I missing anything else? No, I don't think I am. Oh, we can get our flash lights on. Alright, so we should be all set. The number lights are on. All of our headlights are on. We got a 9RM as our secondary locomotive. There. So it looks like we're just hauling some tankers down there. Aldershot. Brakes are released. We're underway. Yeah, it is, Pithers. Yeah, we're just they do a couple services here, and it should take about an hour or so, give or take. Points are all set, so we don't. So there we go. That's set. That's set. Everything else is automatic. We don't want to have any kind of a mishap. It's not a bad route. It doesn't take very long to do much on here. The only thing that takes the most time is loading the tanker cars themselves, because you have to back. You know, so most of the time you have to back them in, and you have to line things up just right in order to get everything to work correctly. And that's a bit of a challenge sometimes, but otherwise it's not a bad route if you like freight but you don't want to do like 2.5-3 hours worth of freight. This is a perfect thing. And you know, this is like a 25-minute service, so yeah, it doesn't take very long to do. You can do, for the amount of time that it takes to do a service on the sand patch grade, for instance, you could do like at least 4 services, if not more, on here. So it's there's not much to it. It's the tricky part is. Yeah, and this one you can get up to like 60 miles an hour, so you get that bit more of a speed, but there's not much to it. I mean, the map is just not, it's, you know, there's nothing it doesn't take very long to get to Aldershot Yard, which is where we're going here. So yeah, there's plenty to do here. If you wanted to do switching, there's plenty of switching stuff to do. We're going to do a little bit of that before we head over to over here. I think we're going to pull into that one of those yards right there. So yeah, there's plenty to do here. For an afternoon service, the cab seems kind of dark. I don't know why. This is the Oakville station, I do believe. Let's see. Yep. Oh. I'm still kind of waking up myself. I woke up way too earlier. We're going to pass through Bronte, and then it should be Appleby, yep, and then we pull into the Aldershot Yard. Yeah, this says this takes 25 minutes, and I don't think I've ever taken a full 25 minutes to do the service. It's generally, it doesn't take very long at all, and the good thing about this is there's no possibility of, on average, unless something changes dramatically, you're not going to have to wait for any red lights. It's not like you've got passenger service also on this route that takes precedence. So for instance, if there was a passenger service at Bronte, we'd have to sit there and wait while they loaded up passengers, and then we were able to move on. So that's the good thing about this. There's not much in the way of red lights. You're not waiting for other traffic generally. So that's the great thing about this route, I think. Yeah, it does. I agree, Pithers. It's even though there's not a lot of miles, it's, I think when I did the service the other day on the scenario, or no, I did a timetable, and it was like it took a couple hours, and it was only 30-something miles. But you're not going very fast at all. So yeah, it doesn't take long to do it. Well, it takes long to do it, but you're not going fast. That's the thing. So the miles, it's a 30-something mile to your via point if you're leaving Potash, I think. And yeah, you're not going very fast. So those miles take longer than you would think. I think tomorrow I'll return to Cane Creek. We'll do another service there. I might try to do a coal loading service, maybe. just to have something a little bit different. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Thought there would be a few more people in the chat. Alright, so we just passed Bronte. We're on our way to Appleby. Yeah, we'll do a King Creek service tomorrow, I think. See, Friday maybe we'll do something in Germany, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's very nice scenery. I mean, even here, even though you're, you know, going a little bit quicker than the other freight routes that we have, you know, it's, I mean, a lot of industrial stuff, but it's not bad looking overall. I did read the roadmap the other day. I didn't watch the stream. I'll probably watch that Friday. Really looking forward to what they've got coming up for us. The changes to the preserve collections to kind of amp up the, you know, if you're running passenger, that you're going to see more stuff going on. And yeah, so of course there's been no major movement on the 313, which I'm sure is not sitting too well with people who've been waiting on that for some time. Maybe they talked about it in the roadmap stream last night. I don't know, but yeah, that's got to be a sore point with a lot of people. That rush hour is coming, and it may be coming before the 313, which should have been out. You know, many people thought by now. I thought, because the roadmap came out yesterday, did they not do a stream last night? Normally they do. Like, they have like a, you know, they talk about it in depth and then they answer some questions or whatever. Huh. Well, if they didn't do it, I can't say that I'm surprised, because people have been getting so nasty with stuff. Anyway, no, I don't know. I had a lot of other things on my plate, so I wasn't sure. I read the roadmap when I got home. So, hey Mick, how are you? Got put back due to dovetail being short. Oh, okay. Hello, Mick. How are you? You haven't missed too much. We just passing Appleby, and we're getting ready to head into Aldershot Yard here, and then we're going to do a bit of switching, and then take some stuff over from the Aldershot Yard to the facility. I think right around here somewhere. Like there's a maintenance yard or something, maybe. So anyway, I promised Mick, because we were talking in his stream last night on ETS, which was very interesting. That parking job, I tell you, Mick, that was a heck of heck of a place you had to put that trailer last night once you got to Istanbul. But anyway, we were talking about yesterday when I was coming home from a meeting downtown about the Veteran Story Project. Oh, nice, thank you. I look forward to that. There was a woman on the bus who, very elderly, very, she looked like she was going to faint. The bus driver was concerned about her, and we picked her up somewhere, I forget where, but yeah, so I got off the bus, but I thought for sure, because he pulled over at one point and thought for sure he was going to need to call an ambulance for her. And she said, and I thought for sure I was going to have to, after that, yeah, I'd believe it. But anyway, I was talking about, she appeared to be probably dehydrated, probably has a very poor diet, she's probably living on a fixed income, isn't eating well, is not taking care of herself. And it kind of reminded me, we were talking about my time as a medic, and it was our first training. No, it wasn't. It was like our first training part, exercise kind of, in preparation for more training exercises before we went to Iraq. And we were doing a convoy. It was like a real world mission, essentially, what we would be doing in Iraq. You taking fuel and other supplies from one location to another. So I was the medic on that convoy, and we had stopped somewhere. Something had happened. We stopped, and then they called me over. One of the young soldiers was dehydrated. And so what I learned after a while was that most people, they're dehydrated because they're not eating properly. And generally the problem is in the field, you skip meals, I'll grab a Pop-Tart, I'll grab you're not eating very well either. Even though you should, it's a time constraint, because part of it is you're trying to get as much sleep as possible. You've got to get up and do your hygiene. You gotta at least shave, whatever. And so then you may not have time. You start to bargain. Okay, what can I do today just to get through the day? And that becomes an issue. Well, it turns out this person had only eaten an apple. Now, normally, when you're not burning a lot of calories, an apple in the morning for breakfast may be sufficient. But when it's, already 90 degrees with 100% humidity and all that, your body needs more than just an apple. So everybody started to wonder whether or not I was going to give them an IV. And I pushed back on that only because I said, I gave him an MRE. I said, sit. We had these newer Humvees that had air conditioning in them. I said, sit in the back there, eat the MRE, and then we'll reevaluate you later. He ate, I think he'd only eaten half of it at one point, and he was already turning around. Part of it was just he had, eaten properly. So I wasn't going to waste a bag of fluids, because if I had stuck them, the fluids wouldn't have done anything for them. Because what I learned too is that, food has a natural amount of sodium in it, which your body needs to stay hydrated, because the water gets attracted to the sodium. So if I had given him a bag of fluids, it wouldn't have stuck to anything. I gotta get on the brakes here, because that distance kind of went very quickly there for that 15 mile an hour. So even if the driver had given her something to drink the other day, I don't think it really would have done anything for her, because she had nothing in her system that water would have been attracted to help her hydrate. So I think that's what, and even an ambulance, she probably would have been taken to the hospital, but it would have been for dehydration. They would have put her on a drip, but she would have had to eat something as well. That would have been a major part of it. She probably doesn't have any family in the area. Maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, just frail old person. Yeah, it was sad, but I think that's, when you're living on a fixed income, how do you survive and eat healthy and and all that. And there's plenty of assistance in the area. You can get food to at least, so you're eating it doesn't cost anything. The only problem is you only get so much before it, you're basically, you run out. So, but at least it's something to keep you going, especially during the heat. And it's been getting hot here. We've had thunderstorms. It's been hot and humid, and yeah. But I learned when I was it wasn't long after I graduated medic school, and we were doing the wildfires up in Northern California. I had the privilege of interacting with two mountain paramedic rescue guys, and they were very adamant about a lot about diet and everything, that everything we do, how we feel and everything, a lot of it's tied to how we eat. And I always try to remember that, especially when we were out in the field training, people just skip a lot of meals. They don't take the time to take care of themselves because, mission is the priority and all that. But, when you eat junk food, or I'll just eat Pop-Tarts. Well, that's going to give you a sugar rush. Yeah, you're right, Nick. In this area, we have a huge elderly population. Many of them were here when IBM first started up. When IBM closed down, they just stayed here. They had bought their houses. Their houses are paid for, but the property taxes, I've said it a million times, the property taxes here is what's killing people. And I don't mean that I mean that figuratively, not literally, but sometimes it even seems almost literally. So a lot of people are they're just barely getting by, and for some folks, they have no family here. Like, their families moved away. They don't call and say anything because they don't want to be a burden to anybody. They think even getting help at a food pantry or whatever, or getting food stamps, they're a burden to the system. So they don't say anything. They just suffer. And and then you have people like that a bus driver has to be concerned about a passenger falling out on the bus, and it was nuts. But I also, when I was at the community college, I watched people. I think that's just part of my nature. I'm a people watcher. And Ryan's over in the Twitch. Hello, Ryan. You smell. Anyway, there was a young man. I was watching him walk down the hallway, and he didn't seem very well. and he was carrying a trash can, and I'm thinking, okay, so it looks like he's stumbling down the hallway to get to the bathroom if he's going to get sick. And he made it around the corner. He didn't even make it to the bathroom, and he collapsed, and he had a seizure. And I jumped up and got him on his side in case he got sick, and so he wouldn't drown in his own vomit, and tried to keep him stable until EMS arrived. But yeah, my one mentee, he was, oh, there he is. Now he's here. I just saw you in the Twitch chat. So I said, no, you smell. Anyway, so the young man who I mentor, he just was shocked that I jumped up so quickly. But I watch people that, because sometimes you can tell somebody is about to need help, and you just watch them until either they get to where they need to be, or what happened, where he just, not that I could have prevented him from falling down, but, I thought he was going to make it to the bathroom. I get about. Yeah. Yeah, you do, Ryan. I hope you're well. So yeah, there's parts of being a medic that or even I was walking downtown one time, and some dude tried to cut through the bushes by a Walgreens and tripped and face planted. And so I sat with him. I called paramedics for him, and it was nuts. He ended up, I think he refused treatment, but at least they came and checked him out, make sure he was okay. I think he was just a bit embarrassed and afraid, but yeah, I sat with him until the paramedics checked him out and all that. But I didn't have anything. He wasn't like gushing blood, but I didn't have anything to. So I now carry, whenever I'm around, out and about, I try to have at least a little bit of gauze with me, something to, if somebody's. Oh, nice. Thank you, Ryan. I hope you're having a nice break from your bus driving duties. So we're gonna end this service, not in the stream. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna end this service here in a moment, and then we're gonna do a bit of switching, and then take some other cars over to a facility down here somewhere. I just figured I'd break it up a little bit and do something a little bit different here on Oakville. But yeah, I'm cognizant of the fact that I'm no longer EMT qualified. I don't have, so even though I have still a wealth of knowledge, there's a lot that I can't do in the civilian world. The only thing I can do technically is take vitals, try to reassure the person, assess them as best as I can, and then tell the paramedics what I've seen, and let them do their thing, I carry a hot dog and gun and a cash tray and war. Oh. Well, I can't carry that. In theory, I guess I could, but I don't. Yeah. I certainly couldn't carry a gun into the VA clinic downtown. If it gets noticed, I'd be tackled and put to the ground, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we're just coming in here to our stop point. We're just going to kind of just slowly cruise in here. But yeah, they're very adamant. Yeah, you should have. Well, I would think most of the buses should have a first aid kit of some kind. All right, so that took 29 minutes. Oh, that took. Well, I wasn't really going fast the whole time either. I kind of laid off the throttle there for a while. So, all right, let's go to the main menu and get our other service. It's just that all the states are very particular about, what they told us always is you can't, even though we had more qualifications than, we did a lot more than some paramedics are able to do, you can't, it's outside your scope of practice, and you would get, no, you did a heck of a job, dude. Honestly, you stuck with it, so, no, that was awesome. Don't discount yourself for that. That was pretty freaking incredible. All right, let's get our ditch lights on. Let's get our brakes cut in. Oop. Oh, wait a second. Oh, did I have that in passenger? Oops, a daisy. Oh, you know what? Let's get set up here. Hold on. And there's our number lights. Alright, so we are backing up. Oh, we're just uncoupling first. Okay, that's easy to do. So we got 2 GP38s to do service with. Make sure our... Okay. Oh, Ryan, you should have seen Nick had a heck of a parking job last night on ETS2. It was a whoo. Yeah. I don't quite understand how that even was a place that you would park yeah. But I think some truckers at one point would have just said, I'm going to drop it here and you go do your thing, and I'm going to, we're going to stop here, and then we're going to go, it's like, I don't know if we're backing up this way, maybe? All these switches and levers on this, it's not that bad, Mick. It's fairly straightforward. All you got to do is hit your start switches right there, put your headlights on, put your, it's not, there's not much to it. It's fairly straightforward. You don't even have to put like the class lights on if you don't want to. I just do it for fun. Yeah, it's a very simplified, somewhat, I call it an analog locomotive, because we go on the AC 4400 and everything is all digital. You set up everything by the computer. All right, let's see here. So we're going to go via that way. I got to change this. So we're going to go via. So let's get that changed. Bingo. Alright, let's get the brakes off. There is a pretty girl walking past. I'll try and get her number. I'm fine being the passenger. Sit back, watch the pro at work. I can get one better. Put key in and turn in there. Yeah, that's true. I'm not a pro, Mick, by any means. I just do the best I can. You know, I was starting to question myself whether or not I even had. You know, when we were leaving Oakville earlier to come to Aldershot, I had to think to make sure I had everything set up. You know, sometimes it's easy to forget. Now you got these huge towers, which are lights that light up the yard here at night. I thought they were like observation towers for, you know, like yard workers, that somebody's up there directing the traffic, but they're just light towers. I'm thinking, man, I would not want to climb up there and have to stand up there, or I wouldn't want to have to climb up there to replace those lights. Forget it. Now, me and heights are not very. Rob is not a Rob. Oh, okay. Pro, I mean. No, I don't. I know Mick's being a bit funny, but no, I don't consider myself a pro by any stretch of the imagination in this game. I just try to just do the best I can. I make my mistakes, and you know, that's okay. It happens. And yeah, so, but I just try to make it entertaining. You know, if I know something about the route, I try to tell people about it, share some of that. I think we're just going to get popped for speeding there. Oh, Ryan. Oh, boy. I don't know about you. That's why people get in trouble. Yep, there we go. Just a smidge over the speed limit, I got popped. Doggone it. Alright, stopping right here. So we are not far from where we did go past this station here when we pulled into Aldershot, because we stopped down there by that matter of fact, that looks like our cars right there that we just parked. Now it's telling us to go all the way to this locomotive. Oh, look at that! Right on the button. Can't get any better than that. Let's see. All of our switches are set. I try, Mick. That's what I do. Alright, so we're coupling to these. And then yeah, we're just taking this whole lot to the Hamilton area. Not the initial yard, but we're going farther down there. I kind of picked it because it's not an area that we generally go to very much. You know, most people come in and do Aldershot to Oakville, or Oakville to Aldershot, or the initial, the Hamilton yard that's like right here. That's what most people know about this particular route. So I've picked this just so we see something a little bit different. Tomorrow we'll be back on Cane Creek, and then we're gonna do I think Friday we'll do something on a German route. Kind of get back to passenger service, maybe. Oops. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. Well, okay. So we're going to reverse this to. Now, technically, I could run over and switch locomotives, but we're just going to do this anyway. We're not going to switch locos. We're just going to check our. Alright, so that service is just leaving. I think that's taken the tanker cars that we brought down somewhere else. So we're going to kind of go slow here because there is other traffic ahead of us. All right, Ryan, take care. Enjoy the rest of your shift. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Maybe give me a swig of coffee here. Now, I thought Amela was going to be here. She said she would be. Let's see if I say her name and if she suddenly appears in the chat. She might be lurking. Rob, I can't believe you haven't got a place to... Yeah, I know. Right now, it's just not a... I would like one, but it's just not... financially, I'm not worried about it right now. I will get one eventually. I need... Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just not a... It's not a necessity right now, so I can't really... You know, yeah, I can't really validate the expenditure. So yeah, I will eventually. It's just, yeah, right now it's just not in the cards, so to speak. Okay, now is that train... I wonder if they're pulling off... And there's that... Because sometimes some trains will go off to the side. No, I don't... I don't know anybody who has one that I could borrow, to be honest. Most people I know don't... That's not... they played video games up to a certain point, and then they stopped, and they've not done it after, they've not stayed with, the newer stuff, and part of that's because of the cost. But yeah, it's just not. I'm happy with my Series S. It's it's fine for now. Yeah, I can't. Mick can lend you his. I don't. Well, the only thing would be I'd have to get a different power cable because he's got the UK power. I've got, I'd have to get an American and make sure that it doesn't, that I can, with the different voltage as well. So I wouldn't want to blow up his PlayStation, So, oh, that's right. I was like, Lou, why aren't the lights on? Like, oh yeah, I'm in this locomotive. That's why. There's easy. It's fine. I'll get one eventually. It's just, it's not a necessity right now. And the sad part is, there's really no telling when the prices are going to get back down to normal again. In theory, hopefully by the end of the year, but there's no guarantees of that. That's the other thing too. So, yeah, I don't, under a lot of other circumstances, I would be, spending the higher dollar amount to get one, but at the end of the day, that doesn't do me any good. If I open this window, get to the. Oh, there it is. Alright, at least those lights are on. So yeah, it's I keep seeing PlayStation 5s for sale. Yeah, that's the problem, is I can't validate spending that kind of money on something like that. It's just not. It's not sane for Alright, so we are gonna. Oh, the light just went green. I was just gonna say we're gonna have to stop here in about 7/10 of a mile. But eventually I'll get there. I mean, but yeah, it's. I just can't afford it. Plus, I'd have to buy all the games. That's the additional cost of switching to a new system. If I buy a PlayStation 5, I don't want to play Train Sim World 2 on there or any other game. That's more money I got to spend all over again. So it's not even just the cost of the console. Because Dovetail's going to say, well, you have to buy everything through the PlayStation Store. They're not going to say, well, you bought it on Xbox, so Sony wants to make their cut of the money as well. So, yeah, I can't. What I was looking at, if I bought a PlayStation 5, even at a you know, only $250 above retail. If I had done that, I still would have had to spend a crazy amount of money getting all the games. Oh, yeah, of course they are now, but I you know, that's the difficult part, is I can't afford to buy one now. You know, if that had been earlier in the year, that would have been something I could have done, but you know, that's the part of the problem with the market. You know, they're going to it's going to fluctuate, but you know, power to the people. You know, I'm not mad at the scalpers for doing what they did. It's a business thing for them. As much as I disagree with their practices, but they knew, I think, ahead of time that they were going. You know, the possibility of them getting these things and having the ability to make a ton of money off of them. They couldn't pass that up. So let's see, we're going to go via this location here, which will lead us onto this line here, and then eventually, I'm positive we're stopping somewhere in one of these areas here. We'll know more shortly. Joshua, yeah, I'm over on YouTube there, Josh. Secondhand ones, game shop. What time did you say you have to pick the girls up again? And where? Oh God, Heathers. It's okay. I don't need Nick's PS4. I'm sure his girls prefer. You know, that's for them now that he's used it, and that's okay. Yeah. There's not. The GameStop at the mall here where I live is. I don't have much faith in them, to be honest. Yeah. Alright. Thought Aircast was broke. No, it was on Sunday, Josh. It was on Sunday, but now it's working again. So I think maybe they had things down for maintenance. Plus, there was a lot of storms, so maybe their systems got knocked out because of we had a tropical storm that came up from Cuba up the East Coast. So that might have been part of it. Just want to borrow it. So yeah, Josh, that's why. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. So if you want to hop over there and join the chat over there, Josh, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, I think that was part of the problem, and then I had to reset my router last night because I was only getting. I have two Wi-Fis on my router, and since I was home from my vacation, I was only able to access one, and then my router was getting really hot, so I reset it. Hi, Josh. Now Josh is in the YouTube chat. Thank you, Josh. So I had to reset it, and now I got access to both of my Wi-Fi settings. So hopefully now everything's back to normal. Yeah, it was freaking me out because it was just it was like overloading the only Wi-Fi I had available. Like my router was just, when I went over there to check it, it was like really hot to the touch, and I'm like, oh crap. And I'm like, that's not normal, because I keep it in an area where the ventilation's really good. So yeah, but hopefully Aircast is solved now. I think Sunday their system might have been down because we've had some really bad weather here along the east coast of the United States. A lot of thunderstorms, hurricane watches, and yeah, in some areas inland you get in tornadoes, I think. Yeah, it's nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna get on the brakes just a smidge here, because we're going downhill, because we're in Bizarro World. Since we're going in reverse, uphill is now downhill. Yeah. Gather speed very quickly. Excuse me, didn't mean to cough in your ear. We had some more rain last night, some thunderstorms in the evening, and yeah, quite crazy. So for those of you who missed the medic stories, that was early on when we did a service from Oakville to Aldershot in the GP38. We had one in the front, and we had a GP9RM as our secondary locomotive. We brought some tanker cars, which I think just departed and went. Are they still ahead of us? I don't think they are. They went off to the side there already. I think they took that route right there. So yeah, you have to watch that on the replay once we're done. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Wednesday morning / afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're somewhere in between, aka purgatory, I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, no, speeding again. But we're taking these down to a maintenance facility, yard area, all the way down here, just so that we're clear about what we're doing here on this service. So we were at the other end of these cars. We did the runaround and came and latched up here, and now we're on our way. Kind of showing you guys or folks, whatever, a little bit of a different part of the Oakville subdivision that we normally don't see. I was going to do a return service from Aldershot back up to Oakville, but I thought, no, this is a good opportunity to kind of show you something a little bit different about the Oakville subdivision. So hopefully you enjoy it. We will be ending up as soon as we get to our destination. I may or may not be inclined to return to more binge watching of Chicago Fire. Alright, we got a red light here, which is right there. Okay, so it may turn green after we go past that via location, but I'm going to slow down, and we're just going to kind of make our way to that via location, so that if we do have to stop, we have time to react. To try to keep it about 10 miles an hour, maybe less. I'm staying in today. Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying in today. I got nowhere to be. I had a nice meeting downtown yesterday, and my whole health peer coach took me to lunch, and we had a good conversation there. And yeah, so next Tuesday I'll be out getting a lot of photographs. Hopefully, we're going to be on the road quite a bit around the immediate area. And yeah, so I can't share. The only thing is, once I have all the photos taken, I can't share that with everybody until probably August, maybe early September. Maybe, yeah. So yeah, I won't be able to share any of that until then. Alright, let's see if our lights change. Yep, alright, we got a yellow. We'll take it. We'll get back on the loud pedal. Some pretty good acceleration from these two GP38s, I think. Sure didn't seem like it took long for those 2 engines to really spin up and get us moving again. Alright, let's take a look at our points, make sure we don't have to change anything. We're going to cross over, and then we're going to go all the way along here. We're going to go there, and then let's see. Yeah, looks like all that's set for us. Nice. All right. Just under 4 miles to go. There's some tankers. $15 tankers. Nice. Alright. Yeah, I thought Abella was going to be here. She's breaking my heart today. She told me she would be here. I don't know, Abella. What are you like? Alright, so Bizarro World again. Downhill is now uphill. Make sure we're at our required speed as we get ready to switch over to the other, as we switch lanes basically without using our blinkers. Very unsafe. Oh, if I know Amela, she's probably doing double duty. She's probably here, and she's probably, if Joe's streaming right now, luckily the blinds are shut and the weather has taken a turn, so good luck out there. I don't think that would deter Pithers. He seems like a man possessed. So yeah, if Joe's live, I'm sure she's there probably more so than here, so that's okay. Still breaking my heart though. Can we get a few more likes? It says I have 2 likes. Can we get a few more, please and thank you? If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It all helps out. What it helps, I don't really know, but I hear that a lot, that it all helps out. So yeah, if I can get a few more likes, I greatly appreciate that. I should have asked Ryan. He probably bolted before he hit the like button. I think Josh he's thinking about the like button, but he's not sure because there's no caboose on this route. If he even is still here. With that dodgy lake, yeah, no doubt. You know, in America, if you get caught doing that, if you've filed a workman's comp claim and you're out doing things that after you filed that claim, I think they can ding you for that. Like they can, like you've lied about your injury. A nice neighborhood setting. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We had a few people in, but I think most people forgot to hit the like button. That's okay. It is what it is. I would think though, Mick, quite honestly, with the amount of people who I know who come in and watch this, that they already know how it works, so I kind of feel like it's not even something that I should have to repeat. But no, it's okay. It is what it is. One of these days I need to get myself a keyboard so I can do the two-tone horns and kind of control everything from the keyboard. Well, I don't know. See, I'm worried that if I do the two-tone, if I get a keyboard and can do the two tones, and that's when suddenly everybody's going to want to come in and, oh, do the horns. No. But it sure doesn't take much to slow this train down with just a slight uphill. That's how I am. If they like it, if they don't, never mind. I just enjoy showing people whatever. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nick. Now, I was a bit surprised, quite honestly, that for this service that they didn't make us change to the front locomotive here. But that's okay. We're getting to our destination either way. So we will be pulling out the line there, and then we are going to stop right there. So yeah, it wasn't too far off from the. I knew it had to be around that area. I've done a service like this before, but it's been a while, so happy to share it with everybody and show everybody a little bit of a different side of Oakville. We will show you ATS as soon as we get our own trucks from multiple. Nice, Mick. I look forward to that. I did, right after you ended, Joe was doing a stream in his chat on Discord, and he was on ETS. He was also going into Turkey, it looked like. Although, maybe before Turkey, but he was going around about, hey, Daniel, how are you? Welcome. He was going through Bucharest and then just, I think, south of Bucharest. So, yeah, I popped in to say hi to him and corrected him on the pronunciation of Yakima. So, yeah, said hi to him for a few minutes and then popped out to have some dinner and watch Chicago Fire. I tell you, I'm kind of hooked on that show. Although it's starting, I'm only almost at the end of season 3, and it's kind of so cliched at this point. You kind of know the oh, well, congratulations, Daniel. I guess that's twice now that you woke up to use the restroom and then you popped into a stream to say hi. I don't think was that the same thing. No, you it was something different the other day. It was somebody else's stream, I think. Yeah, it's getting a little cliched. You can kind of tell what's getting ready to happen, but I enjoyed it. It's an interesting show, and yeah, highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Yeah, well, I only stayed in Joe's for like maybe 5-10 minutes tops. I just wanted to come into his Discord thing and say hi to him and kind of explain the pronunciation of Yakima and the Native American spelling of the area. So, yeah, it was good to say hi to him for a moment. Alright, here we go. We're coming into the yard now. It's becoming a habit, yeah. Your bladder's like, hey, I need assistance here, and then you're like, oh, well, while I'm up, I might as well see who's on. See what's happening in the world of streams. Well, I appreciate it, Daniel. We are getting ready to end here. We did a service from Oakville to Aldershot, and then we changed to a service from Aldershot to here to the Strathern Avenue yard. We're delivering these cars for maintenance. Although they look brand new, I don't know. They look like they've not seen much action, so I don't know what kind of maintenance they need. But hey, if they're willing to spend the money maintaining them, who are we to complain? But appreciate everybody coming in, and I think she is. She's not said hi, Mick, but I think if Joe's live right now, she might be more active in his chat than mine. That's fine. I know she has her responsibilities there. So she's probably been lurking. Yeah, that too, Daniel. You're probably right. She's probably lurking at the fridge, too. She's probably got me on in the background, and she's like, oh, let me look in the fridge and see what else I can eat that I haven't eaten yet. I'm going to stop there, and then we're going to uncouple these cars right there. And then we are going to pull forward and park the locomotives. Yay, us. I think that's our last, yeah. So we're pull our locomotives up here, and we're stopping right there, and then that's the end of that. We got quite a haul of points out of this. We'll be over the 4,000 mark, which is really good for this route. And then tomorrow we'll be back on Cane Creek, and then Friday we'll do a German passenger. I don't know. We'll figure which of the German routes we're gonna do passenger service on. I think, matter of fact, before we end the stream, we're going to look. I think there's a way to do an express service using, it won't be the ICE train, but we'll take a look real quick before we end the stream. Kind of look at what we're going to do for Friday. But tomorrow, AC 4400, King Creek. I want to try to do, matter of fact, tomorrow, well, it's going to take forever and it's kind of boring, but I was thinking about trying to do some coal loading on Cane Creek. That's very tedious, very slow work. There we go. Parked it. And should get a gold out of that. There we go. Ta-da. There it is. Took 49 minutes to do. It said 35, but it took a little bit longer because I did slow down quite a bit. I am streaming on Twitch. I'm doing concurrent, Mick. It's Twitch and YouTube. I'm trying to do both, but, you know, whichever one you prefer to hang out in, you're more than welcome. So, yeah. Whichever one you want to be in, you're more than welcome to hang out in either one. That's fine for me. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hold on. I almost forgot. So let's go over to, let's see. No, where is, there it is. We're going to do a service on the BR 423. There should be, like, I think there's an express service. Maybe I'm thinking of Colne to Aachen. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of Colne to Aachen. Let's go there. The Schnellfastrika. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm doing both concurrently. It's just that I have, in order to use Aircast, I have to go live on Twitch first and then start up Aircast, which takes it right to YouTube. Maybe it's on the Talent 2. Yeah, we'll do a Regional Express on the Talent 2. We'll do this one on Friday, this 11:18, the RE9 service going from Aachen to Colne. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you too, Mick. Are you streaming later today? Are you doing ETS? Are you doing anything else differently before we end, Mick? If you're still here. If not. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it. So, yeah, we'll do this on Friday. It's 11:18 eastbound Regional Express service to Colne. And then we will be, and Saturday, we'll think about Saturday. Yeah, I don't know. We'll take a look on Saturday and see what else we can come up with something. Yeah, are you doing ETS or Battlefield or whatever? So, but yeah, if you are, I'll definitely be there later today. Cheers, Daniel, for coming in after you had to go relieve yourself. So, anyway, that's going to be it. Let me get out of here before